Now, as the world marks International Workers' Day, activists in Uganda are concerned about the rising number of labor rights violations. One organization estimates more than 1,400 complaints of arbitrary termination of contracts without pay have been registered since the beginning of the year. CGTN's Hilary Ayesiga reports.
David Owori is seeking justice. The former Shamba boy is registering a complaint at Platform for Labour Action's offices in Kampala. He claims he was laid off work unfairly.
What brought me actually is to seek my rights, because seriously my rights were abused, because I can't work for 4 years, 5 years, and all of a sudden you tell me my contract is terminated without any notice. Just like that.
And it is a similar tale for many other workers. Platform for Labour Action is now ensuring David's complaint gets heard.
If you're going to terminate someone, it's very important for you to give them notice. But the notice depends on how long someone has served. So if I've served for between 1 year and 5 years, the right time to give me is a month.
Uganda has no minimum wage legislation for workers, and this is what campaigners are pushing for.
Set a minimum wage for the country, because a happy workforce delivers. They are also happy in the pocket, so they will work hard.
Recently, doctors and teachers went on strike demanding for a pay rise. They argue the cost of living has gone up. Government is now moving to address the issue.
We want to encourage everybody that is suffering over there, whose rights are being violated, to come out. You live life once, so don't struggle and suffer over there because you fear that you'll be sacked, because perhaps you might lose your life. So it is important that people come out and tell us where issues are not going right, so that we are able to correct them.
Uganda is this year focusing on promoting and protecting the rights of workers, so people like David may find it easier to fight their corner. Campaigners say part of the problem in Uganda is awareness that not many people are aware of the labor laws that already exist, but they are calling upon government to bring in more protections for employees in the country. Hilary Ayesiga, CGTN, Kampala.
Well, let's get you more now on the state of African workers. Dewa Mavinga is the Southern African Director of Human Rights Watch, and he joins us now live from Johannesburg. Dewa, in your view, just how important is this day to African workers?
Well, the International Workers' Day is absolutely important to African workers because it is a key reminder that the struggle continues for fair labor practices, for the protection of workers, and for basic rights that workers have across Africa to organize and to unionize. So it is a timely reminder each year that the authorities, the governments, should continue to facilitate space for African workers, and that the employers, who include government, should do more to protect the rights of African workers.
And when you talk about protecting the rights of African workers, what are some of the key challenges that African workers face?
Well, among the key challenges, in the context of massive unemployment, is lack of security and protection at the workplace. For female workers across Africa, there is this challenge of equal pay for equal work of the same value, because women are often paid less than their male counterparts. Also, the right to organize, to unionize for workers is not often guaranteed. In South Africa, we have had in recent years the police shooting and killing, striking mine workers, instead of facilitating a resolution of the challenges that the workers will be facing. So these are some of the huge challenges that African workers face, that they are not protected and they have no recourse to remedies and justice.
And of course, many say, of course, that a labor rights violation is something that one could equate to a human rights violation. In your view, then, what more can employers and indeed governments do to really improve the lot of workers on the continent?
What is critical for governments and employers is to primarily ensure that workers themselves are able to organize themselves, and there is respect for the leadership of workers. They have this right to protest when they are not happy, and that there is dialogue that is ongoing, and that government has the capacity to implement and monitor labor rights abuses, especially those that also affect migrant workers across different borders. So the policing, the monitoring, and a framework for dispute resolution should be effective. In some cases, when the rights of workers are violated, often the workers do not have anywhere to go to complain. When they seek to demonstrate, then they are shorted and they are injured. So what is needed is a safe space for workers to air their grievances, and with an expectation that they will be addressed and there will be a resolution to their plight.
Deo Mavinga, thank you so much for sharing that perspective, joining us there live from Johannesburg.